Occasionally, the music gets so large, sometimes only on just one beat, that the body needs to follow the movement through with the arms. Look at the process involved here. We start quite small, and I'm going to slow the beat down, and eventually they'll get to a point where I really have to follow the movement through with the body if the beat is going to retain a link. And 1. Look at that sequence once more. We start quite small, and gradually we're going to get a feeling of more weight and space, and you'll notice the body begin to swing and follow through with the arm so that we have one unit as we pull through and arrive here. Let's examine how those movements are constructed. First of all, we need to have a good centre of balance between the feet because the whole body is going to become involved in this movement. You'll find that the body needs to sit a little lower as we make these swings. So in preparation for that, we're just going to place the hands in front here and begin a sideways swing. Now you need to notice two things here. You need to notice the position of the feet first of all, and I'm going to show this from the front and from behind. We're well balanced, and you'll notice that as I move to the right leg blocks the movement, takes the weight of the body, while the left heel comes slightly off the ground, a little bit like a golf swing. And that's reversed when I go to the left. The left leg blocks, the right heel comes slightly off the ground, and it's the momentum that carries me through. It's very important to remember in all this that the top of the body weight must stay central. In other words, I don't lean over the feet. It's not this. Apart from looking rather ungainly, it's unbalanced. The other thing is the position of the body in the middle of the movement, and the important thing here is that the momentum is retained. In other words, the body shouldn't crouch too much in the middle of the movement like this. This looks rather balletic and ends up being rather unfocused because the momentum is lost. The other thing we have to be aware of is the position of the arms, and for this it's important to remember that the stick must lead throughout the movement. I'll stop at the extremes of the right and left so that you can see what I mean. We'll start the swing first, and if I stop at the extreme right of the movement, you'll see that the line goes up through the body into the end of the stick. Back to the swing, and I'll stop at the extreme left, and again the line comes up through the body into the end of the stick. So the baton is the thing that leads. Watch it complete. We've seen how these large swings enable us to move through 2 and 3 in a beat of 4. 1, 2, 3, and we now need to move through 4 and back into 1. And it's very important that we keep the feeling of the whole unit of the arm through to the point of the stick when we do this. It's this curve coming round into the centre of the body that we need to feel. I'll do it in slow motion. 1, 2, 3, and a slow pull through 4 and an ellipse 1. I'll show that from behind, and I'd like you to have a look at the balance of the feet in this as well. First of all, the arm movement. 1, 2, 3, and a slow pull in 1. It's important that the upper arm doesn't pull in too early or drop, otherwise you get a dislocation in the movement. Watch. and somehow it loses the feeling of space because this arm collapses in. That's got to stay out as long as you can, and it's the point of the stick that moves in first to give you the focus. Occasionally you need even more space, and it's possible to do a sort of double back on yourself like this. I'll demonstrate first and then show you how it's built up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. In a sense, we have 3, 4 and 1, and it involves a sort of ricochet movement of the body. Look at how that works slowly. 1, 2, 3, and we come back to the middle of the third beat, ricochet back, and a semicircle over the top to drop into the first beat. I'll show you again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And the feeling is of striking something, rebounding and landing. And you can use your other hand to help you in this. Watch again the process involving the left hand. 2, 3, and I hit the hand center, come over the top and land.